class at that time, because it was a huge issue, and I was holding some community discussions about that. And I think, well, the feds now have changed that. They're working on it. And we really have such like light years and work to go to have these really honest conversations about the spectrum of diversity. There's so many things just from fear, even owning our own junk, that prevent us, you know. And one of the particular things, though, that I've been really realizing, though, about the spectrum of diversity, we're going to talk about race. Because race, in every racial group, there's issues of gender, class, sexuality, nationality, physicality, economics, you name it, belief, religion. The one factor that divides the human family from collectively dealing with the full spectrum of diversity is the science-fictional social construction of race. This is why, actually, in the United States, it was referred to as America's most challenging issue. It's really fascinating, the concept of whiteness, how it's invisible. Check this out. Let me show you how whiteness is invisible. People never say, they always say, people of color, women and gays. People of color, women and gays. People of color, women and gays. They never say people of color, white women and white gays. Because people of color are also women and gays. But the idea of whiteness is invisible. So the reason why I'm saying this, if we're going to focus on what racism is doing to people, we have to focus on what racism is doing for people. That's the conversation that's usually not mentioned. Privilege is what I'm talking about. Now, oftentimes when people think of privilege, they think of money. Think of people's access to something. Privilege, I define it in 3 words. Freedom from considerations. Freedom from considerations. I'll give you an example of privilege at a deeper level, okay? All the men in the room, I don't care if you're straight, gay, bi, trans, we all have male privilege. And we didn't earn it. We didn't earn it. Here's an example of male privilege. It's that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I don't call that day Thanksgiving. I call it a celebration of genocide. But it's the day before that day, Wednesday. And I go to this little boutique kind of a grocery store where they sell specialty stuff. Now, this grocery store is open late because it's the day before that day. I had to park really far away from the entrance because there's a lot of people. So my car is really far over here. Now, you know what I do? I go in, I run into an old friend. Hey, how you doing? What's up? We start talking and chatting. The people want to close up the store because they're like, everybody's gone now. And they're tapping their finger, their foot. Hey, I'm entitled. I'm a guy. I got money. You're going to wait for me to buy my stuff. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to buy my junk. One person's hanging back. I check out. As soon as I check out, I walk out the door. They walk out right behind me. They close up everything. They jump in their car, just right there, and they drive away. It's after midnight now. The lights in the parking lot are off. My car is way over there. It's dark. There's a van parked next to my car. And the motor's running. It's after midnight. It's dark outside. There's a van parked next to my car. Nobody's around. I'm about to walk across this dark lot all by myself.
And there's funny music coming from the van.
Yeah. It sounds like something called Slipknot. Instrumentals. Now, as a man, as I'm about to walk across this lot, am I thinking, am I going to be raped? As a man, am I thinking, am I going to be asked why was I out so late? Am I concerned about the way that I'm dressed? Do I have my car keys between my finger, ready to fight? Am I walking with a sense of purpose, looking like I'm not wavering? Have I called someone on my cell phone and let them know where I am and say, if I don't show up in 20 minutes, come and get me? Have I dialed 911 and my finger's resting on the green button? Am I looking underneath the car in the back seat? A lot of men aren't making those considerations, but a lot of women are. I don't care if she's 2 or 92. She's making those considerations. Now, check this out. As a black man, if I'm out on that lot, I don't care what color the woman is. You know what I'm doing? I'm letting her know, hey, I'm safe. Don't call the cops. Because if they show up, I don't care what color they are. Yellow, black, white, red, or brown. I'm in trouble just because I'm here. That's privilege, freedom from considerations. I never had to consider that. I never had to think about that. Really? You gotta, whoa. We have to confront something called white privilege.
Mm-hmm.
And then in people of color groups, we have to confront something called light privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I know as a lighter skinned brother, I've had certain better experiences that my darker skinned brothers haven't.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess. And it's none of our faults. It's what we've inherited. So we got to really examine the things that, well, let me show you this. Some of you have done this with me before. If you've done this with me before, you got to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me. Can everybody see that number?
Mm-hmm.
It's the number 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Everybody in this room, we're going to chant this number 10 all together. We're all going to go 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.